Somewhere off the Antarctic coast there's a penguin. He's just rolling in the ocean, but doesn't care about New York City or its problems with perpetual motion. He's as cool as he needs to be, he doesn't need a fan. Got his tuxedo on, doesn't worry about a tan. Lord, he's just a natural man. Yeah, natural man. Way up in a canyon forest there's a leopard swinging in the trees. Up on a Himalayan mountaintop, a Yeti, just as cool as can be, rolling down peaks to the edge of the ocean. He doesn't need a conceptual notion. Lord, he's just a natural man. Natural man. Way up in a Yellowstone Park in the land of moose and geysers, a beaver smiles a smile for you. Then he stops and sharpens his incisors, knocking down spruce and pines. That's the way he jams. Got his tuxedo on, doesn't worry about a tan. Lord, he's just a natural man. Yeah, a natural man. He goes like forest, there's a leopard swinging in a tree. Up on a Himalayan mountaintop, a Yeti, cool as can be. He's rolling down the peaks to the edge of the Ganges on a little tune and snapping his phalanges. Lord, he's just a natural man. Yeah, natural man. Natural man, natural man, natural man. Hi, thanks for joining us with 15-Inch Cafe. It's been a little while. I know some of you are tuning in from the East Coast. Some of you from right here in Hawaii. I want to welcome you, those of you who have come back recently and are quarantining, and you know who you are. We're wishing you well, hoping you don't go too crazy, and if you need something, then let us know. We're going to make a couple of adjustments. So 15-Inch Cafe is a cafe that you can just see on your little 15-inch, or maybe you got a 44-inch, but it's just, you can just take it right at home and warm and cozy. Not promising all the songs are going to be warm and cozy or soporific, but there's going to be some nice homey moments, and we're going to make a little technical adjustment. Just a second. I forget which one this is. Check. Whoa. How do you like that? Check. How about that? There we go. This next tune is a tune about being far away from someone you care about. Right now we are wishing that we were in Glacier National Park with our family, so we're going to be thinking of them right now. It's called My Eyes. When I wake up in the morning and the first breath cracks my mind, you are there in this day's dawning. Everywhere I look I find you. My eyes keep watching. Yeah, my eyes keep watching you. Though you are not in my view, my love, eyes keep watching you. When I'm standing on some mountain, waiting for a ball of fire to crack the skies, young birds are flying, singing all around the sun. You're there in mine are I. My eyes keep watching you. My eyes keep watching you. Though you are not in my view, my love, yeah, my eyes keep watching. When I'm waiting at the evening and the hectic spinning day is through, you are there at this day's leaving. My mind revolves around you. My eyes keep watching you. My eyes keep watching you. You're not in my view, my love. My eyes keep watching. My eyes keep watching. My eyes keep watching you. Keep on watching you. Watching you. They keep on watching you. Watching you. Yeah, they keep on watching you. Watching you. Yeah, they keep on watching you. Thanks for turning in. So, turns out that YouTube has been watching out for all those people who are copyrighted and have a whole lot of followers on YouTube. So, it's better for me to do all original music. So, there's not many ways right now to really make much of a living or much income from streaming, really. I read where Peter Frampton had over 5 million streams on Spotify and made $1,700. So that gives you an idea of somebody even at his level. Not much happens. Same thing with YouTube. You need to have a certain number of people and certain number of subscribers. So just working it out here. And my way of doing it is the little PayPal that you see up there, paypal.me/James B. McCarthy. If you're so inclined, I do appreciate it, but the most important thing is that you're here. Rain from sky and mist from sea, suspended in the canopy, 1,000 feet above the soil. Boas and bushmasters coil, and tiny frogs with skin like flame sip from cups and catch the rain, 10,000 things all breathe and sway. The pickers are coming. You can hear the big trees fall, the gentle rustling of their leaves now sounding like a thunderstorm in the season of the squall. The paper mill's coming, Mother River's being drowned. The shallows clogged with pulp, and the rapids are a murky brown. The settlers are coming, and the bushfires light the sky by day, cloud the sky by night, and 1,000 eyes look out in fright. The bulldozers are coming. You can hear the toucan flee, screaming sadness from a rainbow bill, flying toward the setting sun. When the machines are still, the paper mill's coming. You can hear the big trees fall, the gentle rustling of their leaves now sounding like a thunderstorm. The season of the squall, well, they destroyed them all. That song's called Season of the Squall. It's from my solo CD called Flying Singing. You can find that at jamesbmccarthy.com. Hosted by Van Zugel. And while you're there, if you'd be so kind to sign up for my email list, that would be great. And I promise won't be too many commercials today. Thanks. I've been thinking a lot lately about my traveling days, and this song is from a time when I was, all I had for a while was a backpack and a guitar. In fact, in a John Sebastian tune, there's a line that says, just a broken guitar case with tape on the side, and I had a guitar case like that. It was a Guild. The Guild was fine, but the outside of the case had been through a fair amount of trauma. So much so that one time when a 5-year-old saw my guitar case, he said, where'd you get that guitar case? I said, well, it came with a guitar. He said, did you get it from the bottom of the ocean? It was pretty beat up. Yeah, but I came down this way. I was just 19. It lit an echo in my soul, so deep and fresh and clean. Yeah, I long for a valley I could settle in. I knew that when I find it, I'd reach my journey's end. Yeah, with 6 streets and a backpack, started rambling round, looking for a place like home that had that fresh, clean sound. One day down in Virginia, I found a trusty road, and when I got to where it led, I laid down my dusty load. 6 miles from the railroad track and past the country store, it's waiting like a friendly dog outside the family door. Hear the children singing and I could not ask for more. There's a major piece of heaven right here on earth. That's what I'm heading for. Yeah, there's happy voices singing morning, noon, and night. The sound of a whippoorwill at the evening light. The green fruit from the garden, the good and growing plate. I'm going back there, yeah, I can hardly wait. 6 miles from the railroad track and past the country store, was waiting like a friendly dog outside the family door. My friends are all around me and I could not ask for more. There's a major piece of heaven right here on earth. That's what I'm heading for. Everywhere I know, I see it everywhere I go. From Cape Ann down to Honolulu, St. Augustine to Honolulu, this valley's like no place I've been before. I might leave it, but I'll be back for sure. I'll be 6 miles from the railroad track and past the country store, waiting like a friendly dog outside the family door. I hear the children singing and I could not ask for more. There's a major piece of heaven right here on earth. That's what I'm heading for. There's a major piece of heaven right here on earth. That's what I'm heading for. My producer's giving me these concerned looks. So we're making a little adjustment, apparently. Was I off kilter?
The mic's straight in front of your face, so I want to be able to see you more.
Oh. Well, I could have moved the mic.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah, we're set now.
Oh, okay, now you can see my face. Sorry about that. But while we're doing that, I'm going to hydrate myself. And for the last couple of months, I had not been able to drink very much. So, having a little dram here in the grand Irish tradition. And do another song about a traveler, a famous traveler. Traveler on the ocean, the great saint, Irish saint, Brendan the Navigator. The song's by Christy Moore. And it plays on two ideas, the great legend of St. Brendan, and also about, for a long time, Ireland had the highest age for the age that men were the oldest when they got married, something like that. Anyway, a lot of guys waited till later in life, so there's a constant stream of Irish humor about that, and this is one of those instances. You'd search all of your oceans, north, south, east, and west. Of all the navigators, St. Brendan was the best. He ran out of holy water, he was forced to make a stop. He had up in Long Island, put America on the map. Did you know that Honolulu was found by a Kerry man? And then he went to make his way to China or Japan. He was pushing 70, he began to miss the crack. And turning to his albatross, he says, I'm going back. Is it right or left for Gibraltar? Which side do I take from Missing Head? We'll love to settle down near Bantry Harbour. St. Brendan to his own albatross, he said. Turned round so fast, nearly broke the mast and built up a head of steam. He went down Terrafuego and caught the warm Gulf Stream. He crossed the last horizon and Dublin came in sight. Then he pulled the customs into Dingle for the night. When he got to Inishnickle, he had to crunch the grout. He headed west for Crozers to buy a pint of salt. He went into the mountains and down the Connor Pass. When he freeled into Brendan, the Saint was home at last. Is it right or left for Gibraltar? Which tack do I take from Mizenhead? I'd love to settle down near Bantry Harbour. St. Brendan to his own albatross, he said. He went into the pub, sure the place was chock-a-block. Unless you'd been born in there, you couldn't get your nose inside the shop. The fishers pulled their nets up, and farmers left their hay. Now Kerry people know that saints don't turn up every day. Everything was going grand until Brendan read it out, that the reason for returning was to try to set up house. The girls were flabbergasted at St. Brendan's Nick, to seek a wife so late in life and him a total wreck. Is it right or left for Gibraltar? Which tack do I take for Mizenhead? I'd love to settle down near Bantry Harbour. St. Brendan to his own albatross, he said. This malediction had hurt Brendan aright. He says to himself, I can just catch the tide. He went out, pulling up his anchor, he went down to the docks, and pulling up his anchor, he was cast off from the rocks. When he got to Inishnickle, there stood the old albatross. I knew you never stick it out, it's great to see you, boss. My nerves are badly shattered, I sorely need a break. 3 weeks of civilization's about as much as I can take. Is it right or left for Gibraltar? Which tack do I take for Mizen? I'd love to settle down near Bantry Harbour. St. Brendan to his own albatross, he said. Is it right or left for Gibraltar? Which side do I take from Mizenhead? I'd love to settle down near Bantry Harbour. St. Brendan to his own albatross, he said. St. Brendan to his own albatross, he said. Hey! So I realized that when I sing that song, I should tell you a few things about what's mentioned in there. So of course Honolulu is mentioned there. We're talking about he's from Kerry, he's from County Kerry, which is also known as the Kingdom. It's famous for the Ring of Kerry, and also that's where the Dingle Peninsula is. And on the Dingle Peninsula, if you go out from Dingletown and you go all the way out to the end, where now there is the Blasket Islands. Kind of, it's a heritage center. Blasket Islands were one of the last Galtox-like places where speaking people lived out on these little islands off of the end of the peninsula. And then not far there, about another mile away, is Crozers Pub. And Crozers is the pub furthest west in Ireland, so it's kind of famous. And also they say that the next pub is in Boston. So I was in Dingle and I rented a bicycle, and it was about 8 miles to bicycle out there. It was a beautiful day, but it was a strong headwind. It's North Atlantic and the wind's coming right at you, and the bike was too small, so I was basically like hitting my knees on the handlebars along the way. So I was stopping and seeing some sights, some prehistoric sites and such along the way, and I got out there. It was beautiful, wandered around, and then I realized I was hungry. It was a Sunday, by the way. So I rode the extra mile out to Crozers to get something to eat. And I got there and the food was all gone, which is what happens in pubs in Ireland, at least it did then. And the other thing that was there is the two fellas I'd been playing with in the pub the night before. Oh, you're great, that's great, come on, sit down, come on, we're having a session, come on, sit down, sing a couple tunes with us. We got in, they had a mandolin, so they, sat in with them. They were 14 pints in at that point. Sat down, sang the first song. The barkeep came over and put a Guinness down for each of us. And by the end of the third song, I was halfway through, and he brought another. Now, on an empty stomach, I'm an easy drunk. So this went on for several hours until I was really bobbing and weaving. And then the sun was starting to go down, so I started to head back into town on a bicycle in the dark. Luckily with a tailwind this time, and I was really like weaving my way around. I came up over this little rise, and there were huge hedges like 20 feet tall on either side of the road, so there's no way to get off. And in the middle of the road, there was a herd of ducks, like about 25 of them. And they saw me come over the hill, and they started to run. And they started to run down the hill. So the only sound was the wind, me laughing, and the sound of the galloping ducks. And it was one of those great adventures. So that's a little bit about what happened to me in Dingle. I'm going to be telling more and more stories as the weeks go on about times when I was traveling and great adventures I had. Here's a song about going back to Ireland. I'm leaving here by Tuesday, I'm packing up my things, my hat, my boots, my jumper, my extra guitar strings. I'm going across the ocean, not that anybody cares. I'll spend the love of the summer in the land of my forebears. Tired of posing people and DJs in the clubs. I want to hear live music like they got there in the pubs. Maybe if I'm lucky, I will meet Macaulay there. I'll spend the love of the summer in the land of my forebears, where the wind flies free across the Atlantic Ocean. Give up my head to the wild Celtic notions. Maybe I will find her in Kerry or in Clare. When I spend the love of the summer in the land of my forebears. I went there on my own. Somehow the gods were with me. I met that girl from Athlone. She had rubies on her lips and raven darkened hair, and I hope that I will see her in the land of my forebears, where the wind flies free across the Atlantic Ocean. To give up my head to the wild Celtic notion. Maybe I will find her in Kerry or in Clare. When I spend the love of the summer in my forebears. I'm leaving here, but Tuesday I'm packing up my things. Yeah, my hat, my boots, my jumper, and my extra guitar strings. I'm going across the ocean, not that anybody cares. I'll spend the love of the summer in the land of my forebears, where the wind flies free across the Atlantic Ocean. Give out my head to the wild Celtic notions. Maybe I will find her in Kerry or in Clare. When I spend the love of the summer, spend the love of the summer, spend the love of the summer and the land of my forebears. Gone across the ocean, I'll spend some time in Ireland. Thank you. I'm gonna do one other Irish tune. I think it's kind of Irish. It's Irish has the feel of an Irish tune, but it's written about Manoa, and it's on my album Niles the New Later, and was recorded in my friend Harry and Patty's house while they were away. And it sings about the birds, the thrushes. There's these beautiful Shawama thrushes, and they'll sing back to you, so they're like a mockingbird. And in the recording, you can hear the birds because we left the windows open to see if they would join in, and they did. Please write in the comments that you're here. Please say something.
Elizabeth here.
Elizabeth.
Whitman Wallace.
Ah, hello, Elizabeth.
And Patty.
And Patty.
And Maya Gurung and Budirai.
Maya's here?
Maya's here.
Namaste.
And Budi is a physics professor on Maui.
We have some of our Nepali friends here. Maya Gurung, a wonderful singer. In the hills of Manoa, the valley of streams, the hills of Manoa, where I found my dream, the hills of Manoa, of my heart and mind, the valley of rainbow, the valley of wind. In the hills of Manoa, we oft times have walked, with sweet conversations of love we would talk, while the birds in the woodland so sweetly did sing, and the young Shawama's thrushes filled the meadows with song. In the hills of Manoa I often have known the sadness of parting and being alone. But now as I venture into its green vale, in the hills of Manoa, my love will prevail. In the hills of Manoa, the valley of rain, I know you will bide me, and yet come again. In the hills of Manoa, of my heart and mind, the valley of rainbows, the valley of wind. This next song is another song about traveling and saying goodbye to somebody. I guess it's relevant, we're stuck here. Americans are stuck in America. In a lot of ways, people who live in Hawaii are stuck in Hawaii. And it's a shame that we're in that situation when we didn't have to be. But there are worse things that can happen, and if we act smart, we'll get through it okay. So let's hope we do. This happened in Chicago, but it wasn't a cold winter's day. It was hot. It was hot there. It was 113 degrees. 113 degrees. There was nobody out. It was kind of like Waikiki on quarantine, except it was not induced by anything else except for. City life, concrete fries, steam on pavement, yeah, no one's outside. Cool apartment, steaming sheets. Listen to the wind blow through the city streets. In the alley, by a garden wall, you beside me the wild, wide cause I'm leaving tomorrow. Got no fear, yes, and your sorrow get nearer to me, nearer to me. You remember the night side in the alley by a garden wall. You beside me, yeah, the wild, wild, 'cause I'm leaving tomorrow. Got no fear, yeah, and your side will get nearer to me, nearer to me. Remember the night, concrete fried, steam on pavement, one's outside apartment, while boys ride. It's time to take a little walk, let's go outside in the alley by a garden wall. You beside me, you beside me, you beside me, the wild, wild, 'cause I'm leaving tomorrow. Got no fear, yes, and your sorrow get nearer to me, nearer to me. Yes, I'm leaving tomorrow. Got no fear, yes, and your sorrow get nearer to me, nearer to me, nearer, 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 nearer to me. You know that when I first came to this town, you wanted to be my friend. Took the time off work to show me around. That's where the story ends. Somewhere along the way things got confused. You didn't answer my call. Yeah, I wanted to talk, yeah, you just plain refused. Yeah, you didn't want to talk at all. Every time that I walk in the room, smile just disappeared. It's what I do to deserve that. Yeah, there's nothing that I want from you. contemplating to come to the realization that it's all just a manifestation of my hesitation with you. I get caught in intoxication, you know I can't believe in no inebriation, baby, cause all this frustration, yeah, there's nothing that I want from you. Yeah, every time that I walk in the room, yeah, your smile just disappears. What I do to deserve that sneer? Oh, baby, there's nothing that I want from you. Baby, there's nothing that I want from you. So, baby, there's nothing that I want from you. Thank you. So, this is making me think of another amazing story, but I'm not going to tell it today. Another amazing story that, you know, we have these lapses in judgment, or we spend, you know, several years of our late teens and early 20s with severe lapses of judgment, but we have all these, you know, comical events that came out of that, or at least I do, and we've got a few more of those to tell, so hope you'll be joining me. Also, I'm going to be doing, but I'm not quite sure when, something for parents and teachers, especially now in Hawaii. We're going to have remote learning for like a month, and there's a lot of ways to make, or I know some ways that can make doing that more fun, more effective, less painful for everybody. So I'll be offering some online, you know, webinars and Zooms and stuff for that. So keep your eyes open. And if you're interested in helping me get the word out, I sure would appreciate it. You know, we've been noticing there's less traffic lately, but it's almost like there's less traffic, but the same number of bad drivers. It's like, those are the people that stay out. And it's hard enough right now to stay mellow, you know, in your own brain. In fact, it makes me think of a time I was first moved here, and you know, as you can imagine, a lot of Hawaiian names for everything. For streets, it's a little confusing, and so you get sort of into this altered state. You know, there's all this beautiful rainbows, and then weird street names, and strange street directions. And I was heading out to the airport to pick somebody up, and they told me to take Ala Moana Boulevard. So I was going down Ala Moana Boulevard, and I got downtown Honolulu, and I somewhere around after what's called Aloha Tower, it's turned from Ala Moana Boulevard into Nimitz Highway, and I got really confused. I got really worked up, I have to say. But around that time, I remembered about this song, which I first learned from the singing of Michael Cooney, who was the co-MC of the Philadelphia Folk Festival for many years. It's written by Lead Belly. Light your mind, makes you feel so fine sometimes. Sometimes you just got to relax your mind. When the light turns green, put your foot down on the gasoline. Sometimes you got to relax your mind. I know that I do. Relax your mind, relax your mind. Makes you feel so fine. Sometimes you got to relax your mind. When the light turns red, put your foot down on that breaking bed. Sometimes, yeah, you got to relax your mind. When the light turns blue, what in the world are you gonna do? Sometimes, although you got to relax your mind. I'm gonna sing the chorus one more time so maybe you'll get it. Relax your mind, relax your mind, relax your mind. It makes you feel so fine sometimes. You're feeling it, right? Sometimes, you guessed it, you got to relax your mind. Well, like I say, I was driving my big fine car down the street, and Alamont Boulevard turned into Nimitz Highway, and I started to notice I didn't feel so good. Colors started to run together. Things that are supposed to be orange were purple. Things that are supposed to be red or yellow or green were blue, and that's what happened. The light turned blue, and I turned around. And I went down as fast as I could. I knew this little mom and pop store that had all kinds of weird stuff. They had some candy from China and some candy from Japan, and they had little bunny rabbits that looked like dressed up Chinese mandarins, and they had this little pig that when you wound it up, it sang a song, but you never knew what the song was until you wound it up. So one time I wound it up and it was Peter Frampton. Another time I wound it up and it was Pablo Casals. Another time I wound it up and it was that Pina Colada song, and I threw it in and they kicked me out of the store and I couldn't go back for 3 months. But luckily I could go back this time, and I went down and here was the pig. I wound up the pig and the pig started to sing. Relax your mind, makes you feel so fine sometimes. Sometimes you got to relax your mind. Relax your mind, makes you feel so fine sometimes. Sometimes you got to relax your mind. Well, these days we definitely have to keep relaxed. It's good for your brain, it's good for your spirit, it's good for your body. Get a little bit of exercise, a little bit of music. Glad you would let me into your life for a little bit. And if you're so inclined, visit that PayPal. And if you're not so inclined, just take these songs, keep them in your heart for the week. I'll be back here next Saturday at 1 o'clock Hawaii time, 7 o'clock New York City, Philadelphia, St. Augustine, Charlottesville, Virginia time, Asheville, North Carolina time, and sometime around 4:45 see what time, yeah, something like 4:45 in the morning in Kathmandu. Thank you for tuning in, if you're tuning in from Kathmandu. Maya Gurung, if you're still there. Relax your mind. And with an Irish toast blessing. All the money that e'er I had, I spent it in good company, and all the harm that e'er I'd done, Alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass. Good day and joy be with you all. All the comrades that e'er I had are sorry for my going away, and all the sweethearts that e'er I've had would bid me one more day to stay. But since it falls unto my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll gently rise and softly call. Good day and joy be with you all. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great week. Stay safe, healthy, and strong.